It was a normal summer day as a player for Virtus Pro. Me and my teammates Fame, Mir, Flit, and Jame were in the practice room, playing scrims and working on strats. We work all day and we finish up practice at 10. Zarab. The team decides that we will have dinner, and as a reward for all the hard work for finding one-ways and God flashes, we drive down to Applebee's and enter the restaurant. We'll have a seat for 6 people, says Mir. The restaurant host says that they were jam-packed and that they would have to separate us at different seats, 4 in one and 2 in the other. We agree. Jame and I take the 2-seater table. We sit down and order. We ordered and began waiting. When we were waiting, I tried to strike up conversation with Jame, but every time I tried, he wouldn't say anything. He would just look down under the table. He wouldn't even blink, he would just sit there and stare. I found it odd, but just accepted it and waited quietly for our food. The food finally came, and I was starving. I'm just about to take a bite out of my kebab, and Jame says, "I need to use the bathroom." I said, "Okay." Jame takes his food, and I began eating. I wondered what was going on with him. I just shrugged it off and began eating. I finished my food, and Jame was still in the bathroom. The people in the restaurant began leaving since it was late. My teammates come up to me and ask, "Where is Jame?" I said, "In the bathroom." "But you guys can leave, I'll just call an Uber for us." They shake their heads and leave. I wait 15 more minutes and nothing. What was he doing with his food in the bathroom? I asked myself. So I decided to go in the bathroom and look for him. I entered the bathroom and it was pitch black. I couldn't see anything, and the only thing I could hear was tapping at the farthest stall. I began slowly walking to the farthest stall. "Jame!" I yell out. Nothing. I start opening the stall door, but stop myself. "What if this is someone else?" I said. But I was done with waiting and just wanted to go home. I opened the stall, and as soon as the doors wide open, there was a loud screech. "Jame time," shouts right into my ear. I sprint out the bathroom. My heart was racing. I leave the Applebee's and call a Uber. It's now the next day, and Jame walks into the practice room and says nothing. I don't know what happened that night and why Jame was in that stall, but I'm not going to say anything to management about what happened because I want to stay on the team. I'll keep you posted if anything odd happens like that again. I was Monesy's biggest fan in the world. I've watched every single one of his clutches 1,000 times. So when I heard that the next Counter-Strike Go tournament would be held in my state of New York, I was hyped. Me and my friend Tony bought front row tickets to watch monesy and his team play. Fast forward a little bit to the day of the tournament. We get into the arena, buy some popcorn, and proceed to get seated. The first team, Team Liquid, enter the arena. There are some roars and applause. Next, G2 and monesy enter the arena. The stadium hoots and hollers, and I personally stand up and put my hand out for monesy to hit. Monesy hits my hand and I'm ecstatic. I'm so hyped for G2 to destroy these guys. The pistol round starts and monesy gets a 3K. I'm hyped and start cheering. The first map goes G2's way and we cheer. The second map starts. Again, monesy hits crisp flicks, Ferrari peaks, and smoke bugs. But at around round 6, my friend Tony tells me to look at monesy. I ask him why and that I don't see anything. He tells me, look at his hands. They're not even moving. He was right. They were not moving. I found that strange but continue to watch the match. The match ends and G2 wins with a swift 16-7. Establishing dominance on Team Liquid. People begin leaving the arena, but I hear that the teams are gonna do meet and greets and thought this is my time to finally meet monesy. Tony and I begin to wait in line for monesy. We wait, and about 10 minutes later, we get up to the monesy booth. I tell monesy, I'm your biggest fan, and I ask him to sign my jersey. He does, but he doesn't say anything. He just looks lifeless. It's like he wasn't even there. I found it quite odd, so after he signed my jersey, I decided to hide in the room and see what he was up to. The G2 teams finishes up the meet and greets, and they walk out the room. But not monesy. He stands there. Eventually, the lights dim and just me, Tony, and monesy are in the room. But seconds later, monesy starts shaking uncontrollably, and we thought to help him. But just seconds after his skin falls off, and he turns into a tall, shadowy figure. We were scared shitless and decide to bolt out. We run, but monesy sees us and grabs Tony by the hand. I try to pry him free, but it's no use. The figure that used to be monesy pulls Tony's head off. I wanted to cry. I ran the fastest I've ever had in my life. I get to a security booth and tell them what happened. They start running into the room. They open the doors to the room and only find Tony, headless and dead with monesy, nowhere to be seen. After this, I could never watch monesy or Counter-Strike ever again.